So I'm back. Hopefully I'll still be able to get these videos out weekly, but that's still not a guarantee. Now, I've already tweeted about this movie during my break, but now I thought it was a good time to go deeper into it. Besides, I tweeted that the trailer would look cool in the background of the video. Now I can actually make that video, and probably be underwhelmed. The Five Bloods, now streaming on Netflix, is the latest film from director Spike Lee, and what better time than now to talk about one of his movies. It tells the story of five African-American former Vietnam veterans who go back to Vietnam in the present day to look for the body of their squad leader and the gold that he helped them to hide. It has been a few weeks since I watched it, so it may be a little difficult to talk too much in depth about this movie, but I will try. This is an interesting story with plenty of turns and a lot of action, but it also has great performances from the cast and manages to weave in some social commentary, particularly near the end, that is especially relevant today. Funny how it managed to come out at exactly the right time. And it manages to do this social commentary with more subtlety than his last film, *BlacKkKlansman. Though I loved that movie, that was what I think was its biggest flaw. While this movie wasn't always subtle, it also never felt like it was laying it on too thick. This movie as a whole is not as good as *BlacKkKlansman, but I'll get into that later. This movie has been notable for casting the same actors as their younger selves in flashback sequences without using any de-aging technology. This is very effective, as it shows that mentally, these are the same people that they were back then. There is no disassociation between the characters' counterparts. But, as I've said before, it definitely pales in comparison to *BlacKkKlansman, mostly because of its bloated runtime. It's 2.5 hours long, and it didn't really need to be that long, also because it simply doesn't have the same pull as *BlacKkKlansman. It's not as fresh, not as humorous, and just doesn't hold the same power. But it is still a very good movie. It is an interesting, if overlong, action thriller that actually has something to say.